everyone. This is the Collective Soul Tarot, and I'm Kay. Welcome back to a brand new week. It's Monday, not October, it's November. What is it today? I have no idea, but I do know it's November 2023. Let's see. It was 3rd, Friday, 4th, 5th, must be the 6th, November the 6th. We're going to do another general reading for the collective, for y'all, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to be talking about today, discovering. I'm going to be using the 2 decks of Seer Marchetti, the Kipper and the Gilded Reverie, along with the Intuit Tarot to clarify it. I hope you all had a really wonderful weekend. I'm so happy to be here with you again. I had a good weekend. Temperatures were at least reasonable. And I just wanted to tell you that it's awesome to be back here on Monday. I sometimes get itchy on the weekend because I want to do a tarot card reading, but I'm telling myself for self-care purposes, because I love myself, right? That I'm taking weekends off unless I have to catch up. That's the only reason why I do weekend reading. Or when I do private readings, I may do them on the weekend too. So everybody, Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit, please guide and assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies in these cards and to help me see clearly. Thank you. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today in this general read? All right, we already said the date, so let's just get going. I'm going to cut. What are we going to talk about today, Archangel Michael? Past, present, and near future. Past, mature man. Someone has wised up. Or you went to somebody who was going to be able to provide you with some wisdom, some clarification, some guidance, maybe some direction. Okay? Oh, wealthy man. So somebody who is like a businessman, he's wearing the suit, like in the top hat right there, like he's into things like stocks, investments, investment portfolios, and being in business, whether it's an entrepreneurship or it's some kind of business that is that you work for, a corporation, and you're in a top position. Okay, because you're wealthy. And wealthy man could also mean that just this person is just abundant, abundant in different ways, including finances. But yeah, wow, mature, wealthy, wow, 2 men already. Okay, there was something else I was going to say too. What was it? This is the present position. I don't know. Perhaps you became enlightened and seen the abundance in your life. Okay, 3rd one for the near future, and this is the public spaces card. It speaks of public, being seen, being out there, socializing, whatever, making something publicly known. Even if you were getting a divorce, since been seeing that come up a lot, getting a divorce, you'll be publicly recording it so that it's public knowledge that you are divorced. And the same would be with marriage. You get it recorded so that public knows that you're married. Okay, for different reasons, So one thing, somebody, if you're going to go for a loan, depending on how large it is, whatever, and whatever your credit rating looks like, your lender might want to check to make sure that you are actually married or divorced. Okay, and they can do that through the public records in your area or in their area or whoever area. So I'm a little mellow today. I just feel kind of calm and at peace. In fact, I feel like I could fall asleep. So if you suddenly hear silence and a thud, that's my head hitting the table and I'm going to probably start snoring. I'm kidding, but you know, just so you know. So what's the clarification for the mature man? Great fortune. Well, I would expect that. And look at this fellow here, gentleman number 2, my lover guy. My lover guy. And there's a lady number 2 who, you know, she's bare-chested too. So she's like the feminine energy. This is the masculine energy. I would say that this is this to me is more like, since it's okay, for example, this is the Emperor. This is very much like the Emperor card in the classic tarot, right? Because he's wise, he's a mature man, he's been through it all, he has wisdom to express and to give and to live by whenever he makes decisions. So in the Kipper deck, this would be, the mature man would be like the Emperor. In the Gilded Reverie, I would see this one here as being more like the Emperor, because he is of the masculine energy. He could be like King of Wands or King of Wands / Emperor. Yeah. So there's somebody here that has gained great fortune, in the sense that they have gained great wisdom from just being like a king or whatever, evolving into the Emperor status of a mature, wise man. Somebody that people can go to, get guidance and direction. Somebody who leads and takes charge and takes control of their life. They're well learned, as you can see all the books behind them and the globes right there, so they must be well traveled as well. With the gray hair, it shows that this is not a young person who's matured. It's somebody who's a bit older and therefore wiser because of life experience itself. All the hardships, right, that you've overcome and been able to still maintain that wisdom, that calm center of equilibrium. Every one of us goes through hardships and are asked to overcome, but whether or not we do, and the way we wouldn't necessarily overcome and continue to build karma, like bad karma. Dharma is the positive type of karma, but we always say karma. So the bad karma, one that you don't want to have to pay off. The debt, it's what you do is, instead of gaining wisdom from your experience, your hardship, you project it. You blame others, right? Or you make excuses for yourself as to why you did what you did or what happened that you had something to do with. Why you think the way you think, you know, those kinds of belief systems you have in you that you're hanging on strong to, like a stronghold, that you're never ever saying, I will never forgive you, or I'll never this or that with you, or I'll never get a job, like we talked about last time. That never, 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 that's a long time to live saying I'm never going to do it. Because that if we stay with that belief and that conviction, we don't allow ourselves to grow. We don't become flexible, accepting, and tolerant. We don't allow ourselves to grow, so we can't move up that emotional scale that leads straight to joy, love, and incredible abundance. Diversity, not adversity. Adversity is at the lower spectrum of the emotional scale. I'm going to have to show it to you sometime. But yeah, when we don't allow ourselves to grow, it's because we have a lot of ego and pride. And remember what ego is? It's fears. It's fears that are like defense mechanism built fears, supported fears, coping mechanisms from childhood, that you have continued to experience these type of hardships, slightly different next time with a different person, but it's very, very similar. It's because you haven't looked at what's going on with you and why you feel the way you feel. It's because of the way you're thinking, what you're operating from in your subconscious mind. Those belief systems that you're operating from is still there. Those pesky weeds in your subconscious mind, you're meant to, as an adult, to look at them, not just live your life day to day without even considering them. You're meant to do the work in your adult life. As a child, you couldn't. That's why the coping mechanisms are there, the defense mechanisms to protect you, that you put in place with certain beliefs and behaviors, right? So as an adult, you're supposed to look at that and say, you know what, I don't need these anymore. Because from what I can see, what I'm operating on is causing me to have relationship issues, causing me to feel like I'm not wanted, I'm unworthy, we break up all the time, I lose my job, I turn to alcohol or other substances, because I just can't take the way I feel. And the way you feel is because of the way you think. And so we will not allow ourselves to evolve into that wisdom right there if we don't allow ourselves to have a look at what's deep down inside of us in the subconscious mind, where all the weeds that are infiltrating your beautiful garden, which is your soul. It's kind of like those layers on the onions, right? It's putting another layer and another layer over top of the beautiful light that's in the middle of the onion. You can't see it with all these layers of thoughts and belief patterns and negative thinking patterns and wanting to project and blame others and excuses. These are all layers that are hiding your soul, because our soul is a light that's innocent and pure. So if you're hiding it, then you're going to be afraid, because you cannot see the light within you. It feels dark within you because we have so much fear, hatred, feeling rejected, feeling resentful, and so on and so on. The bottom spectrum of the emotional scale. But as we remove the layers, getting wiser and wiser, that light starts to shine out more, because it's not so much covering it anymore. And you're rising up the emotional scale to the joy, the happiness, the love, and the abundance. I'll have to show you that scale. There's quite a few, like with humans, there's quite a few, a range of different emotions going from, the very bottom where fear is, all the way up to feeling trusty, you feel faithful and trusting. The universe, God, whatever, yourself, that you love yourself, you love God, and you love people even though they may not love themselves. So you allow them to be what they need to be, because you're trying to allow yourself to be what you need to be. Okay, so let's, this is what this past is about, is that you have been gaining great fortune or great wisdom. This makes it a lot, okay? When great fortune it could be money, yes, but in this situation, you see, from going from like a king to an emperor here. You gain great wisdom through your experiences as being a lover in your life. And of course, you had lovers, right? Wives, husbands, whatever, whoever we're talking about here. So now in the present moment, you're wiser. Meaning, you're a wiser man. You're wealthy now in many different forms. You have a wealth of knowledge. You have a wealth of experience. You have a wealth of health. You have a wealth of love, and not only to mention finances and great career experiences or opportunities. You just feel abundant. What about that, Archangel Michael? Oh, look at now. That's lady number one. She's the counterpart to in the Gilded Reverie to gentleman number one, who's also holding a rose. He's sitting on a stool. You might remember. He's waiting for his lady. She's doing the same. And then the tulip card, or the flower card, which back in the day in the 1800s is always given as an expression of like endearment. I love you, or without actually saying it. If a feminine received a bouquet of flowers, especially tulips, she would know that she has a secret admirer, or maybe he brought it to her, so it's not so secret, but he's not actually saying it, but he is with the flowers, with the bouquet. So the bouquet speaks for him. All right, now let's talk about the Park card, public card. So this wealthy man is feeling a whole lot better about himself right now. Whatever he had to go through in the past, these hardships to gain the wisdom that he's got now, he was brave enough to do the work on himself. He was brave enough to look at his situation. That's the thing. He was brave enough to look at his situation, his hardships, and say, wait a minute, what's going on here? You know, like, why is this happening to me? This happened last time. Why is it happening to me again? Or this is like the third time it's happened to me. Why is this happening to me again? And so he started to take some time in introspection time, like in hermit mode or the Four of Swords, where you're resting in respite time, or you're hanging upside down because you're allowing God to bring a different perspective into your mind, to awaken you, to enlighten you. He did that. He did the work on himself. He checked out his subconscious. What is it going on with me that I always attract these kind of experiences with people, relationships, whatever, that don't go anywhere, that end in misery and pain, heartache? He looked at that at least long enough to know that those experiences that he had was with a karmic soulmate that was to come into his life and show him what he needed to fix in himself, what he needed to heal. And so even though she didn't know that she's not going to come into his life and say, hey, look, I'm right here, I'm your karmic soulmate, and I'm here to do a job. I'm going to help you fix yourself. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to show you the kind of behaviors you had in the past. Therefore, you're going to hate me, but you should love me because you should appreciate my role in your life, right? Because I'm coming in to help you grow. Even if I don't grow myself, I'm coming in to help you grow. Okay, she's not doing that, as you've probably found out. Good Lord, Kay. Okay. Yeah, so she's not doing that. She's just coming into your life because at a different level, a higher level, at the soul level, she knows it, but at the physical level, she's forgotten all about it, because that's that veil, the veil we have over our eyes. We cannot see who and what we are until we start thinning the veil. And it's just likened to the same with the onion, right? You start taking the layers off, and the soul, then you can see more clearly as to who you are, because the veil is thinner. You can see your light. And so she's got too much. She's got too much. She's got too many layers on there that she's so, is it bemused or befuddled or something like that about her negative energy, that she just doesn't know her head from a hole in the ground. Literally, if she were to stick her head in the hole in the ground, she'd see darkness. And if she pulled her head out, she'd still be seeing darkness, just because that's that thick veil of all the fears and the traumas and experiences that she or he has had in their life that is covering up their soul's light from being able to shine through you and give you that perspective and that wisdom and that knowledge about who you really are, that 50% of who you are. So it's that's what's going on, is that you've woken. Whether you're a man or a woman, I would say you're a man, because this is a wealthy man, and that's a man, and that's a woman. It's not just feminine and masculine. That's a man and that's a woman. Same with that guy there. So you're a man. You know, you've woken up and have done some digging and have looked at your situation and said, what the hell is going on here? Why? And that why was where you've gained great fortune through the clouds are dissipating and the light is shining on this statue, who's pouring out the abundance of 4-leaf clovers. Okay, they're not 3-leaf, they're 4-leaf. Yes, you have evolved. You have upgraded yourself through your own ability to say, I need to see what's going on here, because I can't do this anymore. Whatever this is, I can't do it anymore. And this whole idea is kind of like hitting rock bottom. Once you hit rock bottom with your experiences, your hardships, whatever life is dishing out to you, which of course you attracted through your energy, you had only up to look at that point because you're at the bottom. And look what you did. You made yourself abundant, and you have this person on your mind, this woman on your mind, who you want to offer an expression of love to. Are you doing it right now? Because this is the present moment. Are you doing it right now? So from today's date to 4 weeks out, let's just say, you still have time to do it. Or you might have already done it, like from today's date back for 4 weeks. You might have already done, or you're actually doing it today. Okay, so this is an expression. Remember, an expression. And sometimes I can look at this card, and I'm not saying that this is the case, but just so you know, sometimes, things aren't as it seems. He may express it with the bouquet, like to give it to you, because it's supposed to have its own words, right? You're not having to say it. So if you send somebody a bouquet of flowers, you believe and they believe that this is all about, I love you, I care for you, I protect you, I'm there for you, I am for you. But in the same time, you might have your fingers crossed behind your back, which I can't do, and saying like, okay, I hope she or he takes that as to understand that I'm there for him, but when they're not looking, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to be like that kind of thing. That's more like the trickster card or the snake card. But I've also found too, when I've done these readings, that it could come across as saying that too. Now here, look at this nice little dangly thing while I'm robbing you from underneath. Because you're so busy looking at this, the flowers, right? And thinking, oh, this is so lovely, 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 lovely. And in the meantime, the rug is pulled out from underneath your feet while you're standing there looking at that dangly thing, bright, shiny, dangly thing. Okay, but that I do not believe is a situation here, just so I'm clear. Let's say park card, Archangel Michael. Ooh, the broom ski, the birch, and the anchor. Well, isn't that interesting? This is the near future. So you're cleaning things up. You're getting your ducks in a row. Remember, if you may be exacting the whip on somebody, like cracking the whip on somebody or a situation or a relationship, whatever it is for you, or it's being exacted on you. And this card here is about security, feeling secure and safe in your life, because you're putting the anchor down, which is going to help keep you stable on the ocean surface. Yeah, that's it. In the waves. So it's going to hold you in place so that the waves, they can rock you all about, but it's not going to take you off your mark, really, because the anchor's there, holding you there in that spot. So this one here, this is all about, like, this is negativity, the birch card is. This is public, this is negativity, this is safety and security. However, this can be saying that you've got your shit together. You got your ducks in a row because you've exacted or cracked the whip on someone or something, and you're making that known, publicly known, to maybe your sweetheart here or just in general, and saying that I'm done with whatever this life was with the whip, because I'm going to be putting my anchor somewhere else. So I want to just read those two to you, because just so we can make sure that we have a good understanding of them. Well, me in particular. So this frenzy will be whipped up, creating discord, and a person will be quick to anger. Be warned of high temper. I bring conflict and strife. You will find me in competitions because I work with repetition. Arguments and quarrels are my pattern, but I'm not always a villain. So you see, this is somebody who could be not, you're cleaning your mess up, your situation up through anger. You know, you just being angry about the situation. You get what I mean, right? It's motivating you to get the hell out of Dodge, kind of thing, Whereas if you didn't have enough anger or resentment for what had happened to you in the past, you might still sit in it and just live in misery. But this is creating discord, and a person will be quick to anger. The card is trouble, strife, disharmony, conflict, argument, and all things stressful, particularly seen with the birds. We don't have that. A crack of the whip will be exerted either by you or against you. It's to reprimand and castigate. So you're going to be castigating something out of your life, reprimanding someone from that authoritarian perspective that, you know, I've been this for you, you did that, and I'm just, you know, I'm not there with you anymore. I'm not taking this from you anymore. So crack the whip, use the other end and sweep them out of your life. So it also says, in its most positive sense, we have here a card calling us to bring our forces and attention together, to get focused, and to get all our ducks in a row. So that's what you've done. You have cracked the whip through that emotion of anger and, you know, just feeling hurt maybe, but more angry. And you said, that's it, not going here, not doing that with you anymore. I've been there, done that too many times. So now it's time for me to move on and take my place where my anchor drops. So with the anchor, you have with stability and security. Excuse me, my cat is playing in a box, okay? And he's digging like that. So that's what you're hearing back there. My kitty cat playing. With stability and security, I bring peace of mind. I push you to persevering, help you reach your goals. Watch out for negative cards. They might shackle and pull you down a hole. Well, this is a negative card, most definitely, but it's about keeping you from going down in a hole. You're putting your anchor down, and so you knew you had to, and in a public way, you had to remove whatever it was that would pull you down in a hole. Otherwise, that's living with it, right? Not making a choice to actually use your anger and resentment to motivate you, and pain. The anchor is a traditional symbol of hope and faith, and comes before death, the cross. The anchor offers stability and security, being confident that your hard work, this is hard work, this was hard work, okay, to evolve into the emperor, the mature man, was hard work. You're kind of sitting now in a more calmer energy, having grown and known that now you're kind of at the top of your game here. You just need to let your girl know now. You know, the anchor offers stability and security, being confident that your hard work will pay off in the long term. Let's see, it has fish too that it's adorned with, so that's abundance and wealth. Wealth, right? Abundance and wealth. This is a card of assurance. You are protected in times of need. So it's protection, perseverance, and assurance. Yeah, you can put your anchor down there. You're okay now. You've done your work. You can feel assured about that now. You've done your work. Good for you. I'm so happy and proud of you. Really, I am. Because that's what I advocate here in my readings. And I do so in my writings. I wrote a book, and you know, I just advocate it all the time because I live by the light, in the sense that I make it my priority in my life. And it's done so many wonderful things for me as a result. So that's why I advocate it. You pay attention to your light, and the light will reward you tenfold, more so than your ego would ever do for you. Because whatever your ego can do for you through your own sheer little will, the sheer will of your little will, if that I say it properly, your little will as opposed to God's big will. You can amass, you know, you can become wealthy financially, you can have great corporations and whatever, and just be doing really well, but it's always at the mercy of someone else's ego. Yeah, you're always, and your own ego too, because, you know, once you get so much, you say, well, that's not enough. I want more, I want more, I want more. That's ego. So, it's always at the, it's always under threat of falling down, like you losing it all. It's always at that threat when it's been acquired through ego, sheer will of strength, of ego strength, as opposed to your inner strength and the eternal will that helps you build something, and it's eternally there forever. Even when you're gone, it's eternally there forever. You will never lose it. Any problem that you have and you need a solution for, and it's been, hurting you a lot or driving you crazy or making you lose money at fistful after fistful of money, you need to give it to the God who's the light within you and say, I don't know what else to do with this. I've done this, that, and everything else. And I'm just going into debt. I'm going into the hole. I'm losing my family. I'm losing my relationships. I'm losing my job. Well, if you have not been able to find something in the world, the universe, to help you solve the problem, and if you thought you did, but it turned out that it didn't, and it's like when you try to lose weight, right? You use whatever weight loss program, and great, you lost the weight through your sheer will of, working hard, exercising, eating the right thing, and all that sort of stuff. Then you get tired physically because you have all this extra work to do to keep your body up to that level, right? You love it, it's great, whatever, but you still have to do the exercise, and you still have to eat properly, and eating properly is a good habit because you may not ever change that. But as far as exercising every day, it'll get to the point where, other things are coming up. It's going to get in the way of that. Next thing you know, you've gained your weight back and even more than you had before. It's so disturbing, isn't it? Yeah, been there, done that. So it's about finding a solution through the divine, because you give it to the divine. Literally just envision yourself giving that problem, whatever you'd like to think of it as. You could make it as a symbol or some kind of icon. Like if you're wanting to pay your bills, you might like you're in great debt or whatever, you might show it as, in your mind, it's just a stack of bills, right, in your hand. You can give that to God in his hand, right, and he pulls it out from your world into the universe, into the ethers, and says, I got the perfect solution for this. Thank you for giving this to me. I've been waiting a long time for you to give this to me. So it'll come just as you need it, just when you need it. Divine timing. That's where you have to learn how to become patient and trustworthy and faithful. That yes, you've given the problem to God, but he's going to solve it for you, and it's going to be done forever. But you have to wait. That's caveat. You have to wait. Sometimes it may not take long. Depends on how bad a circumstances you're in, situations you're in. If you're in dire straits at the moment and you really can't go another day because you're going to be kicked out of your house like tomorrow, something may probably just show up in that divine time. It might just be a little bit of a solution to the just enough to help you to maintain whatever, even if it's like even though you're getting kicked out of your house today, you find that just over by where you work, there's this apartment that's, whatever, and you got enough money to be able to put a down payment or a deposit and your first month's rent in it to be able to get you from your house to and then you'll have like maybe friends that will agree or show up and say, hey, I see you're having to move. And I can help you. We can help you move, right? So different things that God orchestrates on your behalf, that you couldn't possibly put this together in the way it's going to show up in your life, no matter how hard you try to exert your little will to do that. So I just want you to know that it's a lot of work to have to be able to clean yourself up, to remove what no longer serves you in your life. And the reason for that is that and because you did it, you're going to be able to put your anchor down and feel reassured that everything is just fine. Everything is just fine. That's what God's telling you right here. You did the work. Your reward is that you can find peace and calm, and perhaps you know that already. Okay, so let's start clarifying the mature man. 3 of Cups. Emperor. Ooh, 2 of Cups. Yes, of course. Yeah, and the 6 of Coins. Yeah. Okay, so you have come to the realization that there is somebody in your life that you want to reunite with. After you've done the work on yourself and you've grown, this is the past, remember, you've grown and evolved, you become an emperor, you've tapped into your emperor energy, knowing the wisdom of what it took to get you to this energy. This 3 of Cups is celebration and reuniting. You want to celebrate socially with her. You want to show her off. You want to show yourself off because you've done so much great stuff with yourself, right? This 2 of Cups is you saying, you know, I have a true love that is my focus now, and I am all about giving equally, and that's what the Emperor would do. It would all be about equal give and take. It's none of this like I give more and you take more kind of thing. It's equal give and take. He's highly generous too, and so he wants to shower you. He wants to shower. The Emperor wants to shower you, not expecting anything in return other than your respect. Really, just your respect and devotion to the love that he has for you. Great fortune. That's beautiful. That is just beautiful. Great fortune. 9 of Swords. The waning moon, which is timing 3 to 4 weeks. Reevaluate your plans, new perspectives, have patience, and decrease in fear, right? Not the decrease in not having clarity. It's going to become less, because this is fears, right? Because you're not sure. You have anxiety. You were feeling like a lot of worry about what your life was doing to you, what it was bringing you, and what was pushing away, what you were losing as a result of it, like a relationship with her. The moon again, you know, it's your subconscious mind. There you are, digging into your subconscious mind, what it is that you have been, you know, those thoughts of belief systems, patterns of negative thinking that you've been living by. They have been blocking you. They've been making you feel uncertain about, you know, your next move in life, especially when it comes to relationship. You feel unstable, and you've got anxiety, and you're thinking that you know, everything's just an illusion to you. It seems like everybody else gets it, but I don't. You know, those kind of thoughts. It's like, how come my dreams aren't coming true? That's not necessarily true, that your dreams aren't coming true. 5 of Cups. See, you've been feeling unwelcome changes about, you know, especially if you're leaving one lover, one karmic soulmate for someone else, a true soulmate. It's going to feel very scary. Totally like nothing really feels settled, right? You're used to living your life settled. There's a routine we get into in the morning. We get up, we do what we do, and then we go to work, we do what we do, we come home, we do what we do, and then we go to bed, and the same thing over and over again, with a few different things in between, especially on weekends. But yeah, you've been mourning the loss of this one right here, because this whole uncertainty, this experience with somebody else, karmic soulmate, took that away from you. But you chose. Nobody did it for you. You chose. Okay. But you know, that's what you woke up to. You realized, hey, it's because of my own choices. So why do I choose what I choose, right? Excuse me. What's causing me to choose what I choose? Because what I do choose ends up going south on me, and I'm having to start all over again. So 28. 4 of Swords. You rested, took some respite time to heal that you know, the the youngster inside of you, the not so wise one inside of you. King is wiser. It's, you know, more mature, but the mature man is the wisest. Page of Swords, you know, you gained a thirst for knowledge here. It says that. Excuse me. You had decided that you were going to look into and investigate your situation, within yourself, and possibly other things that were external to you, but nothing's ever completely external to us. Never. Everything that seems to be external to us is because of what's going on internally. We become that magnet to our life experiences. And no, most people don't want to know that, but it's the truth nonetheless, unfortunately. But fortunately too, because if you change your resonancy by pulling back the layers, and you're shining more and more and more all the time, more, what do you think you're attracting? You're a magnet to very good things that are of the light, the experiences that you want to have, because you are doing the work. So even though it seems like you don't want to know that you're attracting the negative experiences that you're having, the unwanted ones, which is true, you are, of course, because you got a whole lot of layers over top of your light, those fears. But if you start removing those layers, those thoughts and beliefs that keep you like on a stronghold, I'm never going to forgive you, I'm never going to do this, I'm never going to do that, I'll never change my mind about that. You know, you start removing that, then your soul starts attracting more and more of the light type of experiences into your life. The light, things that represent the light. What's that? Unconditional love, right? The star. You'll be attracting wishes that will be granted, that will come true. You'll feel contented, you'll feel spiritual, you'll feel inspired, you'll have that serenity about you, you're on purpose, you will feel renewed because you're healing, you have hope, calm, and faith. That's what this guy is now. Through your experiences, your hardships, and the tower had to come down. It's a reckoning, right? The tower comes down. It was cracked with that other relationship. It was cracked, and it was going to be doomed, especially if you were to grow. Once you evolve, whatever it is that you're yoked to through some kind of contract or, promise, right? Contractual obligation, promise, whatever part of life that would be. It doesn't necessarily have to be marriage, but we're talking about that here. Is that you had to, because you evolved, you started evolving at some point after you got together with the karmic soulmate who was eye to eye with you at the time, but maybe she just had such, behaviors and concerns. One minute she's cold, the next minute she's hot on you, and then she just like doesn't know you and treats you like she could just sweep you under the carpet and forget about you for a while until she needs you again, right? And then she'll pull you out. Just the different behaviors that you didn't expect to be treated like that. You started thinking, hell, I can't do that. I can't do that, So you start giving to her more to try to help her become more balanced, So, and it's really because you want to feel more balanced and assured in your relationship with them. So you help her so that it helps you, right? That was making you grow, evolving. And then it got to the point where she wasn't really changing, but you, with your new ideas and thoughts of how you could solve the problem by giving more generously without expecting anything in return, because you really couldn't with her, you grew. You start growing. Next thing you know, you're not on the same page with her anymore. And then the next years of your life, it's just a lot of roller coaster stuff, a lot of turmoil. You're trying to do everything for her to help her be happy and not so moody and depressed and stuck in some kind of anger, complaining. being just negative, a negative Nelly. So you grew because of her negativity. All right, and that's awesome. So the Tower came down and you had to face it. You had to face that it was do or die time. So what did I do? Because I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I have a whole lot of love that I'm growing. I don't even realize I'm growing. I didn't even realize I was growing. But I am. I'm growing. And now I just feel like there's somebody, you know, that if they appreciate my love, I'd just be great to be with them. Because this one doesn't seem to appreciate what I've given her or what I can be for her. Okay, wealthy man, present time. Ace of Wands. Hello. Passionate and divinely inspired, passionate new pursuit of passionate new pursuits. Yeah, I always say that twice. I don't know why. And then the Eight of Wands, that's fast action, taking action fast, moving forward to communicate. Communicate. Yep, it's so much fun. Temperance, you are, you know, you're in a balanced, calm feeling, peaceful feeling, energy. You may not actually be moving, like doing anything, even though, okay, this the angels is saying, just be temperate. Don't be too gung-ho. Don't be too gung-ho and all this passion and great energy. Don't be too gung-ho, because that might be too much too soon for her, and maybe even for you. Six of Wands, victory and success, right? You've laid your ego down and your pride. You've tempered it. You've tempered that. And the next card is Four of Wands. So let's talk about, yeah, you're in an abundant place of feeling calm, tempered, of feeling like you could be victorious and successful. Just, you know, you're on a brand new path of passionate pursuits that have been divinely offered up to you because you decided to take action over here, following your heart, growing and maturing into the one that's next to God. That's it. That's the mature man, mature woman. The Emperor and Empress energy is the one next to God. So let's go ahead and clarify this beautiful young or woman, beautiful woman, lady number one with the rose. Knight of Coins. You're going to move slowly, inch by inch towards her, so as not to be too hasty. You'll be tempering that. Knight of Wands. Knight of Coins, Knight of Wands. You are definitely taking action because you've walked away from that past, but at the same time, you know that as a King of Wands, you had put her in that you know, that because of you came across as though you were trustworthy. Okay, let's just say that. In the past, you came, this is the future, but we're talking about clarifying her. In the past, you came towards her as, you know, I'm trustworthy. You can trust me. I'm faithful. Whatever I say I do, I always finish, whatever. But you were in this Knight of Wands energy. In truth, you were. You were in like player mode with her. You came in fast and furious, even though you were coming across as though you could be trusted. Maybe you told her you were single when you weren't. Excuse me. But you were really all about that hasty energy of, and being unpredictable in the sense that she could never know for certain what your next move was going to be. And when you told her something, you didn't actually do it, even though you told her you would. Right here, you were going to do it, but then when crunch time came, you actually pulled out and you left the scene. You abandoned her, you walked away. Okay, so you just, and even emotionally, you were MIA, missing in action, with her, and you left her out in the cold, feeling like that because this King of Wands energy of, you know, you were unpredictable, You were controlling because things were going to have to be your way or the highway, and you were kind of like ruthless in the sense that you just cut her out of your life. Emotionally, you dropped that right away. You just went back to your wife, or you moved on to somebody else, and that was easy enough for you, or so it seemed. Okay, but obviously wasn't, because look, you're looking back at her again. She's the one, right? You come to realize she's the one I left, abandoned, walked away, but played. I played her. I told her I was faithful and trustworthy, and I played her. And then I abandoned her emotionally, physically, in every way, shape, or form. And and I left her out in the cold, wondering where the heck I went. Okay, here's the flowers. King of Pentacles. Doesn't he look just so much more put together than this guy does? This guy here is all about being cheeky, right? Look at him winking at you. Sure, he wears the really nice suit with top hat and all that, but look at this guy. He just seems more settled. Like he's so confident about himself, but not in a way like this. This guy, he appears to be confident too, has a lot of charisma, but he's winking at you. This guy isn't winking at you. He's looking at you straight on, and he says, I'm grounded. I'm grounded, I'm dependable. I work hard. I have a strong sense of my own self, and I know what I want. And this energy of feeling grounded and well put together, dependable, hardworking, is the energy that's coming through that offer of those cards or flowers. Six of Swords, because you've moved into a more temperate place, from chaos to calmer waters, and you have been manifesting a new beginning for yourself. You are leaving the Five of Swords energy behind, which is shifting the energy. You're changing things up from the way you used to be here. And this next card is the Empress right here, who with the Six of Cups. So I guess I'll bring them out, because if the Six of Cups hadn't shown up, I wouldn't have brought her out. I'd see if she's going to show up in the near future. So that's the present time now. That all looks fantastic. There definitely has a lot of maturation taking place within you, collective. This may not be for everyone, but that's what the general read is all about. It may just be for one or two of you, but you know, hallelujah, and I'm so proud of you for growing. Let's talk about the Park card now, which is public. Knight of Swords, coming in, seizing the moment. Five of Wands, making sure that you do it in a way that, you know, you're not going to take no for an answer. Or the King of Swords too. Okay, so we're talking about, geez, Two of Coins and the Devil wanted to slide out there. But yeah, we're talking about how you had to set the record straight here. And this is setting the record straight with the Knight of Swords. You're coming in with that anger, okay? When it's in reverse, it's more like, you know, you're slightly out of control, you're a little bit impulsive, you might be bullyish, but you're using this for the good. Just like this Five of Swords here. You're using that sabotaging energy that you were once in, which was toxic, right? The Devil, where you juggled two different women at the same time, and maybe other people in other situations. You weren't always, you know, what do you call it? You weren't always honorable. Like, you know, you can look at me in my face and you can see that I'm honorable, kind of thing, that I won't mess you around. So this is showing up in that you made this publicly known, that you are setting the record straight, that this is what's been going on behind my back in my marriage. And it's been a lot of, you know, she put me in a competition. We've had personality clashes as a result. There was just so much conflict and anger and chaos going on, disagreements and arguments all the time, that you showed up as a King of Swords to make sure that she would not misunderstand anything that your intentions were any longer. That no, I'm not going to be giving to you anymore. In fact, I'm hiring a lawyer, which is the King of Swords energy, a seeker of truth in legal matters, wise, regimented, and stern, precise, and detached, candid as well. So this is lawyer energy as well. But you came in and you said, look, I'm not giving to you anymore. You've always just taken, and I've always been giving, but now that's coming to an end. No more arguments and disagreements. And I'm using my anger about how it was that I allowed myself to do this, to allow you to do this. I allowed myself to allow you to do this with me. And I didn't love myself enough, obviously. And so you woke up to that, and you're using that energy, the Knight of Swords energy, and you've hired a lawyer, because that was just, you're cutting out, you were balancing, you're actually juggling the light with the dark, really, the devil with the light right there. That's what you were balancing. This one's behind your back, which is the devil, because it's spirit too, and then there's this one up front. So he was showing you, you're showing yourself what it was that you wanted, but at the same time you were hiding something. You were sabotaging your own efforts to live a life full of wealth and abundance and great love, great love. So that was, that's the public card. And we're going to clarify the birch card now, the broom. So that's you just publicly making it known that you're against your marriage now. You're not for it. In fact, you're putting an end, you're taking the process to put an end to it. If you haven't already, but this is near future, so I would say you might be doing it right now, but it's to come, an end of that. Eight of Swords. Okay. Up in your head. Hierophant, there's your marriage. Put you in the Eight of Swords in the winter solstice. And the Seven of Swords and Ten of Swords. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So all of this here, all your life with this one here in the past, especially recently, has put you in your head. Self-imposed prison, feeling stuck, right? Feeling stuck. But that's you. You come to learn that you did this to yourself. You come to learn that because you've been in contact with your God, whoever that is to you, but it's also about your marriage, okay? That this is the winter solstice, which is find the light within. So you looked within yourself to find the light, to tie up the loose ends, validate your feeling, and hibernate for a bit, especially for the winter. Now that's Northern Hemisphere, could be Southern Hemisphere, would be the summer solstice, which is the pinnacle of success. Timing is a few weeks. Let go of control, celebrate life, have fun, and it's your summer, right? The Seven of Swords came out with this. There's really not what it seems kind of business with your karmic partner. She was in the Seven of Swords, sneaky, cheating, because she was in having an affair on you. The Ten of Swords betrayed you, betrayed your marriage, stepped out on your marriage. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about number 35. Our final card, number 35. Vernal equinox, dark to light. Remember, dark to light, dark to light, dark to light. Timing a few days. It's time. Act now. You have a fresh start, awakening, and spring. That's the anchor card. 4 coins. With somebody that you've been attached to all along, that you've never been able to let go of. That's where your anchor is going to drop in this relationship right here. the one that you've never been able to get off your mind, even through all your hardships with your marriage, with your choices that you made before, that you've obviously reassessed. 3 of Coins, that's connecting with you to collaborate, maybe in a business sense too, or some kind of project that you know that she might be interested in, or that you might want to help her out if she's in a project, whatever. But it's coming together in collaboration, having that active listening synergy where you're going to be telling her that I'm here for you, it's you, and always has been you, even though I didn't look like it was always you, but it's you now for sure. You're the one. Last card, Queen of Cups, because the 10 of Coins. Wow. Yeah, the Death card too, putting something to an end. But we got the 10 of Coins here, the Queen of Cups. That anchor is that long-term commitment, the 10 of Cups, which is wealth. Domestic duties, the mundane stuff. The legacy that you're going to leave with the wealth that you amass together with your Queen of Cups here, who is the sweetheart of the deck. And she's highly forgiving, and she's definitely emotionally connected and very intuitive and smart too. So there you go, you guys. What do you think about that? Let's take another minute just to do the Angel Answers cards. I can tell I like this deck. Yeah. One more. And then we'll leave it there until tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's another day. Different energy. Let go. Yep. Well, that's what you're doing. You're letting it go. You're sweeping it out of your life. And you're getting a lawyer on it. Listen to your intuition, because you're highly intuitive too. You must be, because you've been evolving, whether it's slowly over time since you met your karmic soulmate, whose job is to what? Your karmic soulmate is to help you evolve, even though she or he does not realize it. And unlikely that you will fail. It's unlikely that you will fail if you listen to your intuition. Let go of having a certain outcome in mind, because that's a block, and you can't hear your intuition when you're hanging on to an outcome in your mind. Let it go. Let it be okay. That's becoming accepting and tolerant and allowing. Then listen to your intuition when you've let your thoughts go about it, and it's unlikely that you will not succeed. You're ready. You can't. You're ready. Look at you, dude. Look at you. You're ready. You can't go wrong. And then there's helpful people. And this could mean your spirit guides. It could mean your angels. It could be just yourself and the Holy Spirit. Like I always talk to Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit, and I talk to my soul, Verna, right? So Verna, the Holy Spirit, and Archangel Michael. I also have a guide named Zala, and I know I have like 3 or 4 other guides as well. I also know I have guardian angels. So I have a team of people, and that team of spirit helpers around me all the time. All I have to do is turn my face to them and give them the floor, kind of thing, by saying, asking them something or thinking something with them in mind. So I hope that this was helpful, guys. I'm so proud of you. So take care of yourself until tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Monday.